Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your Tribal God of Extreme, Peter Joseph here for a Sunday night video. And it's Sunday night, you know what that means. Watch football. But it's Sunday night, November 23rd, 2025. Thank you all for watching this video right here on my main channel, Killer of Demons 66. Ooh, yeah, 9. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down there. You know where it is in the description box below, otherwise known as my pants. So do it now. Subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my other channels, all down below. And do it now. And leave a comment on this video or any one of my past videos, present videos, or in the future Conan. But don't leave super comments. Bye to you. You get sent to the Shadow Realm and Ozzy and Saint will eat your soul. And then place the rest of you in an Iron Maiden. And that's pretty much it. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap and slap that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because if you do, well, you're SOL. You know what that means. And if you don't know, look it up. Simple as that. Google it. Ask your friends, or maybe they'll tell you, but maybe they won't. And that's pretty much it. And if you're brand new here, if you haven't seen my channel before, and you're just floating around YouTube at this time of night, and you see my gorgeous, sexy face, because you know you love it, and your girlfriends do too. But if you're here for the first time, you're thinking of subscribing, well, if you want to, you can. If you don't want to, get out of here. But if you want to subscribe to my channels, if you love wrestling and music and everything under the sun, you came to the right place. So hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, so you don't miss anything. And when you do subscribe, as we say in the business, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice, tasty, cold one, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You know, too bad. Simple as that. That's it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Sunday night, November the 23rd, 2025. We're about to start the end of November. It's Thanksgiving week, where a lot of people are going to be heading to the airport. It's going to be crowded as fuck. Delays galore. Trying to get to your destinations to see your loved ones. And traffic up the wazoo on the highways and byways and all that other stuff. So, but drive safely to wherever you got to go. Fly safely. Get to your destinations so you can have a nice, good Thanksgiving with your loved ones. And then go back safely too. And that's pretty much it. We're going to be watching football on Thursday, week 13 in the NFL and the league where they play for pay. And this week has been weird. Giants, another job. They could have been like 9-2 by now, but they're 2-10 right now. Sad. Up 30 to, I think they were up 30 to 17. And the Lions just came roaring, no pun intended, back and won it in overtime, 34 to 30. Another, I don't think it was in overtime. I don't remember, but whatever, maybe. But the Lions won, and they really should have blew out the Giants, but, you know, it is what it is. And then, in the Jets game, another rough Jet game, and, they choked too. The Ravens beat them in Baltimore. So the Jets go to 2-9 because they had the bye week. And that's that. The Cowboys, them Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? They shockingly beat the Eagles today. They had a big, huge lead on the Cowboys, and so we had that. Cowboys win 24-21. Not that I give two fucks, but, you know, it is what it is. We got the Succaneers and the Los Angeles Lambs on Sunday Night Football. Just started. Hopefully the Buccaneers win, so the Niners can win tomorrow, hopefully, in Santa Clara against the Carolina Panthers in prime time. So the Niners will only be one or a half game out of the NFC West, but the She-Cocks won today against the Tennessee Titans. But it is what it is. So the Niners right now are 1 game back of the Sheepcocks. So if they win tomorrow, they stay a half game back. But the Rams lose, then that becomes 1 game with really 5 to play. After tomorrow, it'll be 5 for the Niners with the bye week. So they get that. But the Niners will have a bye week for another 2 weeks. After this game, they play the Browns, then have the bye week. And then it gets a little bit tough after that. So with the Colts, the Bears, the Sheepcocks, I think not Houston, I forget the other team. But yeah, gonna be a little bit dicey for the next 5 games for the Niners, chasing a playoff spot and possible NFC West title. So not out the realm of possibility that the Niners can do it. But now, they had an amazing game last week, destroyed the Arizona Cardinals. Now, back to home base, Levi Stadium in Santa Clara tomorrow night for those Carolina Panthers who don't have, their quarterback. So, we should be feasting tomorrow. But, nothing's ever easy in the NFL, but we got that. Then, big, huge baseball news for my New York Mets. I don't know why we did this. The Mets traded Brandon Nimmo to the Texas Rangers for Marcus Semien. What? Why? Why? I want to know why, Uncle Dave, I mean, not Uncle Dave, Cousin Dave, Uncle Stevie. Why? He was our best player. I know he got hurt the last couple of years. I understand that. And we gave him a big, huge contract. And now they took it off the books to give a guy that's not really that great. Great second baseman, yes, but at the plate, not so good, Al. I don't know what cousin David Stearns is doing. He needs to get out. Making all these ridiculous trades and getting guys that just come in for a cup of coffee. And then they suck. Oh yeah, we get Tyrone Taylor back to be the center fielder. Great. That's good, but he's not great at the plate. Good defensive guy, but not great at the plate. I don't know. But that's it. But it is what it is. So that's basically what's going on in sports land with my teams and everything. And that's that. But I hope you had a great Sunday. Next to final weekend of the year. We're going to start the final weekend of the year this week with Black Friday, Cyber Saturday, Cyber Sunday, Cyber Monday, Giving Tuesday, stuff like that. So, Thanksgiving week, the tree in Rockefeller Center is going to be lit up, I think this week or next week. I'm not sure on that, but we'll see what happens with that. Santa Claus is coming to town on Thursday at noon. If you watch the parade, you know. That's the beginning of the holiday season. So, and then Friday, we all know, is Shopper's Nightmare, otherwise known as Black Friday. But it is what it is, and that's that. Not that I'm doing any of that. I did do a Black Friday sale for In This Moment. Originally, I was supposed to get it Friday, but then I looked, I got a notification today, and my gift is coming tomorrow, sometime tomorrow. So, can't wait for that. We're going to do an unbagging as soon as I get it on my Metal Guy channel. And speaking of my Metal Guy channel, if you haven't looked at those videos from my epic concert last night, ooh, so good. Please go to my Metal Guy channel. Check them out. The good stuff. Because that's my job. And I'm proud of it. I hurt my knee last night because I was filming, I was standing up and then I was filming this way. I was like on my ass, filming up a little bit. And I was on my left knee because my right knee's not great to kneel on. Bad decision. Should have sat on my fat ass. But, not that fat, but, my dick is fat, but that's not so for a long time. But I sat there on my knee for the entire song, which was Creeping Death by Metallica. They did a cover of it. So I was filming, and I'm like this, on my knee, and like, ah! And then I kind of dropped to my ass, and then I got back on my knee, and then after the song was over, I had to get help by like 3 people, you know. But it was an epic time. An epic 6-hour concert. Epic. But I digress on that. So, I was supposed to go see Zach Sabbath tonight, and I gave away my ticket because I came home, I was a wreck. Not because of alcohol, because I didn't drink at the show. Because I don't drink it. I didn't drink at the show. I had a Coke, and that's it. So, but I digress. I digress on that. But I had fun. Me and the missus had fun with our friends and everything. Got 2 picks. Some so nice they give it to me. Put these in a vault. Not that I'm going to use them, but just to show assholes that I do go out to concerts and I get picks. So, and no, I didn't pick them up off the floor. I got them from the performers. And what a Slipknot tribute they did. Oy, oy, oy. God bless those guys that dressed up in the Slipknot outfits. Loved it. So for all those people who think I don't have a life, I don't go out, I stay home all the time, eat shit and die. Because you have no life, because you think about me. Do your boring live streams. And whatever you do. You think of me too much. I wasn't thinking about any of you at that concert or anything I'd go out to. So, blow me. And that's that. I'm going to have a great holiday season going into next year. And that's it. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to more concerts next month too. And AEW. So I can't wait for that. Next month is going to be epic. With concerts, Level 49, the end of the year. And then we start 2026 on a clean slate. And forget about 2025. And forget about everything else, too. So, forget that. Alright, not about that. Boo, funky. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you're having a great day. But if you didn't have a great day, well, too bad for you. Alright, on this Sunday night, November the 23rd, 2025, once again, right here on the Kill Demons channel, I am your gracious host, Peter Joseph. I am a metal god, plus you're a tribal god, but I am a content creator talking about the wonderful world of professional wrestling, music, sports, or anything I want to talk about. And if you like that, great, get out. Go watch somebody else. And that's that. Moving on. But if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, grab a cold one, enjoy the show. That's that. Alright, on this Sunday night, it is time for your late and kind of out of date WWE Smackdown review for November the 21st, 2025. We're a week away from the Survivor Series. We're going to start the road to the Survivor Series tomorrow night with the Raw Go Home show. Roman and Brock Lesnar will be there in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. For Monday Night Raw, we got the second round of the John Cena tournament with some changes, but we'll talk about that later. And then we got SmackDown, which was already taped, and so was NXT. So that's going to be taped this week, so if you don't want to see the spoilers, don't even look at the internet. And then we got AEW Dynamite! Live on Wednesday night, the aftermath of a decent Full Gear. We'll talk about Full Gear later. And then Collision coming on Thanksgiving night, which nobody will watch. So we got that. Lots of wrestling this week, and then the Survivor Series this coming Saturday night. And we move on. And then next week, we got a lot of stuff. We got Final Resolution from TNA, December the 5th. Also, we got Final Battle from Ring of Honor, the final pay-per-view of the year from Ring of Honor, going head-to-head with SmackDown. And then December 6th, we got NXT Deadline. Then the week after that, John Cena's final match and final appearance ever, because it's Saturday's main event in DC. And that's it. Then a couple weeks later, we got the final AEW pay-per-view of the year, World's End. And that's December the 27th. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so we're gearing up for the next 6 weeks of the year. Lots of wrestling, lots of news, lots of action. So stay here, hit that bell, so you don't miss it. And if you do, too bad. That's that. Alright, let's get to Smackdown. And we are emanating from the ever so popular Ball Arena. Not bald, I said ball, like your tiny balls. Because I know a lot of people have tiny balls. I have huge balls, but that's another story for another time. From the Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado, Smackdown emanated, and our commentary team every Friday night, Michael Cole and Corey Slave. Alright, we open with a big, huge recap of the men's War Games team, where we saw last week with the return of Brock Lesnar, and our tribal chief. Put up your ones, ladies and gentlemen, and acknowledge the man, because he's not only my tribal chief, he's your tribal chief, as always, and that's Roman Reigns. They return on Raw. They'll be on Raw this week, or tomorrow night, on Netflix. Alright, so we got all that. So then we open in the ring. Surprisingly, they didn't come out with their entrance. So we see the Vision in the ring. So we see B&B Security, Braun Breaker, and Big Bronson Reed, that fake tribal chief, along with that fake Puerto Rican, Logan Paul, and Papucho, Drew McIntyre. Well, actually, Drew McIntyre was not there, so most of the Vision were there. Along with, my name is Paul Heyman, the Walrus, the Oracle, whatever you want to call him. He says, I have a vision, no pun intended, for War Games, which will see 5 heroes crushed by each member of my team. And that includes Logan Paul, who says he has a lot to say. And then the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, the Yeet Man, they come out. And Jay brings up taking out the Vision with, Heyman, Paul Heyman says, you just pissed Logan Paul off, because nobody interrupts him. Oh, fuck him. That's what I was like, well, fuck you! I'm like, oh, I interrupted the hero of Puerto Rico when he's from Cleveland. It's like, that's a fake Puerto Rican. I have seen a lot of Puerto Ricans, but that guy, that's fake. Like your wife. Oh! Logan Paul can kiss my ass. That's all I gotta say about that. So anyway, Heyman takes credit for the bloodline. Yeah, right. With the first lesson he taught the Usos being that the numbers game always wins. So he counts 1, 2, 3, 4. Counts himself as 4, even though it counts himself as 4 people. It's 8. Because he's fat! The son of a bitch is fucking fat! Now I'll make him bleed. Okay, Scott. We know you'll kick Paul Heyman's ass. Alright, calm down. Good? He's fat! Okay, stop. Yeah. Alright, so the Usos say, well, we didn't come alone, and then Cody's music hits. So we're like, where's Cody? Where's Cody? So then we cut to the back in the parking lot, the ever so popular parking lot, where we see Cody's bus. I'm like, I bet you Drew McIntyre was on that bus fucking him up. And I'm right. The door opens to see Drew. He comes off the bus, and Cody is beaten up. He's busted wide open. Good. Blood! You want blood? You got it. So there you go. So the Usos run to the parking lot to check on Cody. And that's it. So we get that. And then after the break, we see the Usos and some medical staff attending to Cody, who's still fucked up. And then Drew gets in his car, and he drives where he says, see you at War Games, love! And then, no, you son of a bitch! I loved it. Fuck you, Cody. And your stupid fans, too. But Cody gets a measure of revenge later on, so... Alright, so all that, I gave 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Moving along. Alright, we go back into the arena for our first official match. An open challenge for the U.S. title, even though it got ruined on WWE.com. We had Dasa, Ilya Dragunov. He takes on, well, JD McDumbfuck. Well, they already had a match already, so we're gonna do this again. So, JD's, was on SmackDown to support Finn Balor in his match with Pentagon Zero Miedo in his match in the John Cena tournament. This match was another epic banger from the Tsar. And that's the United States champion, Ilya Dragunov. So they fight in the corner to start, and Dragunov hits JD McDumbfuck right in the face. They get back up. JD sends him face first into the middle rope. We go to break. We come right back. They're slapping the crap out of each other. Why not? And then Dragunov hits a running clothesline. Then some rolling German suplexes. Have JD McDoofus in more trouble. But Ilya goes for the Constantine special. Gets counted into a Spanish fly. Love it. And then JD suplexes him out to the floor. Ow. For a big double crash. Almost like a Cactus Jack, over the top rope, thing. Crazy as shit. Bang! Anyway, moving on with that. Alright, so we go to another break. And, there we go. Alright, we go to break, and, JD McDumbfuck gets a near fall. And, sorry about that. He gets a near fall of a Brain Buster! Goes for a moonsault and missed. No one on the pool for you, sir. But JD comes back with a kick to face. And Ilya goes for a Torpedo Moscow. That got cut off. Then JD hits the moonsault for a near fall. And then Dragunov comes right back with Torpedo Moscow. Then the H-Bomb. 1, 2, 3. He retains the United States title in 15 minutes. Well, a little under 15 and a half minutes. Match was, as always, a banger. And I gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. So Ilya retains. We still got targets on his back. One of them being Tommaso Ciampa. And the other one being Mr. Tamatanga. And we get that. Alright. After that, we get a look at the recent drama with Charlotte, Lexi, and Rhea Ripley. And thank you. And Charlotte wants to team with Rhea. She didn't want to team with Rhea, and now is going to do it anyway. Make up your mind! I'll do it. No, I don't want to do it. Okay, I'll do it. No, I don't want. No, make up your mind. I hate when people do that. Flip-flopping bitches. Stay in your lane or go do your own thing. Anyway. Alright, so we see Charlotte and Lexi in the back. Lexi opens the door. We see Rhea and Io. Oh, God, Io with those chaps. I had to change my underwear about 5 times. Ugh. Because my dick was exploding. It was just, ugh. I digress. Anyway. So, Io's there. She leaves to leave Rhea and Charlotte in there to talk. And boy, did they have a cinematic, freaking segment there. Felt like when Roman, Paul, and Punk were there when they were talking about the whole favor thing. Which I hated. I mean, a great segment, but, the favor was just, Oh, will you walk me to the ring, Paul? I win the main event of WrestleMania. And Roman didn't like that at all. And we all know Seth Rollins' turn that night. And Paul Heyman hit, Roman in the nutsack, you fuck. And Seth won the match. That's how the Vision was made. So, it is what it is. Alright, so let's see what happens with Charlotte and Mommy Rhea Ripley a little bit later in the program. But before we go get to that, Nicholas Aldis has no update on Cody because he's dead. No, he's not dead. He's still getting attended to. I don't know if he's going to a local medical facility or hospital for you dumb people don't know. Then he goes over to yell at Paul Heyman and the Vision, and he tells Paul that Drew McIntyre is still suspended on the show. He's not suspended for War Games, but he's suspended for Smackdown. Paul says he didn't come into the arena, so there is no violation of the suspension. Technically. And he says, "Oh, Bronson Reed will beat Melo in his match in the John Cena tournament." Yeah, we'll see. And that's that. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, Ilya Dragunov, after his match with JD McDunkbuck, he runs into the resident gremlin Tama Tonga. Yeah! Calm down. Do not feed that guy after midnight. He turns into that creepy gremlin. Yeah, sometimes I have to tell the missus not to give me any late night snacks. Not that type of late night snack. That I can eat after midnight anytime. Not like these something. These I can have before midnight, but after no. It's like I gotta tell her don't drink after midnight. She don't listen, but. And by the way, she did not drink last night. Maybe a couple beers and that was it. So. She had to take me home because my knee was fucked up. I could barely walk after that concert because I was jumping around and just having a good old time. So most of the filming is from her. So that's that. But I had fun. You didn't. Moving on. Alright, so Tama Tonga tells Ilya, "I'm coming for your belt." Then Ilya finds Tommaso Ciampa, the Psycho Killer, who says a little bit more wordier, a little bit more with words. It's like, "I want the title! You screwed me 4 weeks in a row!" And we'll see what happens, this Friday night on Smackdown. With the United States title. And that's that. Alright, then we get to Carmelo Hayes. Him. He takes on Big Bronson Reed with the wise man Paul Heyman at ringside. Pretty decent match. Starts with Carmelo slugging away fast, using his speed to try to counter the big fat man, Bronson Reed. Bronson's back up with a hard chop in the corner. Woo! Then a running knee in the corner has Carmelo in trouble. A running elbow puts him down, but Carmelo comes back with a DDT, puts Bronson in trouble, and a springboard DDT drops him for a second time. But that's enough for Bronson to bail to the floor for a little meeting with the Vision. Logan Paul, Braun Breaker were there, along with Paul Heyman. So we go to break, come right back. Carmelo gets whipped hard into the corner, and we get a basic 1905 chin lock to kind of slow down the pace. Bronson tries to take that back. Melo tries to fight up, but Paul Heyman interferes, cuts that down, and then Bronson's backsplash missed. Oops. So Melo tries to roll him up. He does for a near fall. Then a middle rope clothesline. Then the fade away. No, not fade away and classify yourself as obsolete, but the fade away like Penny Hardaway used to do back in the day. Sets up the Eddie Guerrero frog splash. Well, not so much like Eddie, but you got a near fall out of that. You like that one, Eddie? I thought it was pretty nice. I give him credit. Okay. Hey, if the great Eddie Guerrero, the Hall of Famer Eddie Guerrero, gives you praise, you take that. That's it. If Eddie Guerrero gives you praise, you take that. Or Eddie will come down from heaven and kick your ass, piddle. Anyway, so hits the frog splash for a near fall. Goes for the first 48. That gets countered by Bronson. Then Bronson goes up for the tsunami. Miss. No water in the pool. Again for you, sir. Then Mello hits the first 48, sends Bronson to the outside. Then a big flippy doo by Mr. Him. And then a top rope DDT gives Mello near falls. Bronson hits one hell of a running clothesline, sends Mello to the outside. And then Braun Breaker throws up a spear, about to kill Mello, but then Jay Uso appears, cuts that off. And he hits a super kick. Bronson heads outside after Mello, and then Cody! Cody, you bitch! He comes out from the crowd, sends Bronson Reed into the ring post head first. Ow! Then gives him crossroads on the floor. Ow, ow. And then he throws Mello in the ring, and then the referee's 1, 2, 5, 10. Mello wins by count out to advance in the tournament. I did not have that on my bingo card. But Carmelo Hayes advances into the second round of the tournament, where I don't even know who he's going to face, but... So we have that. Alright, so Mello gets the win. Match was, it was alright. 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, Cody goes on the announce table, thinks he's great. Gets on the mic, cuts a passionate promo, basically saying, I don't want to be done with Drew, and historically, a Steiner is never better than a Rhodes. That's kind of true. Anyway, he says, Logan Paul, you can do a flip, and I'm the last person to beat Brock Lesnar, and I did it not once, but twice. Yeah, you cheated the second time, bastard. And then he says, War Games is my birthright. The match beyond. Well, yeah, that's true, because his dad, Dusty Rhodes, made a dream, baby. I created War Games. Ain't big it, baby. No. But yeah, he created War Games, so why not? So I got that. Alright, so promo from Cody, it was alright. I like the passion in it, but, you know, I still hate Cody. So, that's all I gotta say about that. And we move on with that. Alright, we go to the back. We have Alba Fire talking to some guy about Chelsea's U.S. title celebration, which is going to be next week, this coming Friday, I should say. And then we see Madam President Chelsea Green. She comes out looking great. She hides from Julia and Kiana James, who start yelling at Alba Fire, I guess wanting a United States title rematch. So they leave, and Chelsea comes out of the room, says, I'm the greatest women's champion of all time. Oh, not again. How many times do I have to tell these dumb people, like Becky, now I'm going to tell you, Madam President, I'm sorry to say, you are not the greatest women's champion of all time. As we all know, that's Asuka. Stop. Stop. For the love of God, just stop. And acknowledge Asuka, who's way better than all you combined. Speaking of champions, the new SmackDown Women's Champion, Jade Cargill, pops up right behind her and says, oh, you're the greatest women's champion of all time? Well, maybe I should show you who the real champ is. So Chelsea's like, oh shit, I'm out of here. So she leaves like in a huff. And that's pretty much it. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, Sami Zayn, or Sami Lame, he gives the Motor City Machine Guns Shinsuke Nakamura. And Rey Fenix, who is now back with Pentagon. The Lucha Bros are back. If you saw the Triple pay-per-view last night. El Hijo de Vikingo turned on Dragon Lee, who doesn't these days, and Dominic Guerrero and El Grande Americano got the win in that tag team match, but then the Lucha Brothers show up unexpectedly on the Tron. They challenge Dom and El Grande Americano to a tag team match at the final show of the year for Triple R, December 20th, War of the Titans. That's gonna be epic. We already got the Wyatt Six against the Murder Clowns in supposedly a Carnival of Carnage match. That was epic to see the Wyatt, Bo Dallas especially. He's going to be at War of the Titans against the Murder Clowns with Dexter. It's going to be Bo Dallas, Dexter, Joe Gacy, and I assume Big Red Eric Rowan to take on the Murder Clowns in some type of hardcore war. It's going to be epic as fuck. I am really invested in AAA. I love it. I mean, we saw the legend himself, Mr. Iguana, and Luna Princess go up against Ethan Page and Chelsea Green for the AAA mixed tag team titles, and Chelsea and Ethan won. Sucks for Lola and Mr. Iguana. And then Dr. Wagner Jr. comes out and beats up Ethan Page, so that match for the AAA Latin American Championship will happen at War of the Titans as well. There's another show, I think, next week. I think it's the 29th, I believe. And Rey Mysterio is going to be on that show. So, I don't know, he's not taking on Dom, but I think he's on the show. We got that, so look out! AAA is doing some good shit with a partnership with WWE and NXT. John Evans was on the show last night as well. His team won. So, we have that. Alright, moving on. Alright, so Sami Zayn gives a pep talk to Rey Fenix, Shinsuke, and the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley, and Chris Sabin. They talk as well. Wasn't really anything to write home about. But we're going to get an old school Survivor Series match. And that's it. And it's nice, we got the old school Survivor Series graphic, like from 1989. Good job, Hunter! Now forget the old school pay-per-views coming back, like, well, I wouldn't say in your house, but, you know. Like Armageddon. I'd like to have Armageddon come back, just as a pay-per-view in itself. Not it has to be in December, it could be any time. Get rid of, like, garbage pay-per-views like Hell in a Cell, or, or Payback, or something like that. And we move on with that. Alright, back to ring we go with tag team action. We got Fraxium, A-Kid, and Ben Frazier. They take on Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano, and the Psycho Killer, Tommaso Ciampa, with the lovely Candice LeRae at ringside. Ciampa's wearing a shirt that says, "Don't call me a jackass." I might buy that shirt, And then Gargano says, "Don't call my best friend a jackass." And Candice says, "Don't call my husband's best friend a jackass." Buy it now on WWEshop.com. Alright, this was it wasn't a great match, but still. It's also with Ciampa and Frazier. Then A-Kid comes in off a blind tag. And then all four men in the ring. Fraxium hit a pair of flippy dippity-doos on the floor. We go back in. Pair of frog splashes. Not Eddie Guerrero-like, but they hit Ciampa for a near fall. Gargano gets back up with a super kick. And then Ben Frazier sent into the steps. Ow, for a crash. We go to break, come right back. Ben Frazier comes back in to clean house. That gets caught up by a shatter machine, of all things, for a near fall. Followed by a super kick, fairy tale ending combo on A-Kid. Another near fall. And then A-Kid gets right back on his feet as the fireflies start coming out. For what reason? I don't. Oh, because I think for some odd reason. But anyway, Candice steals A-Kid's mask as A-Kid was going to come off the top rope. So we see A-Kid. We don't see his face. We don't know what he looks like if you follow A-Kid's career. But Candice steals his mask, and then Johnny just like A-Kid fell down off the top turnbuckle. And then Johnny gets like fast count. 1, 2, 3 pin. That's it. So DIY gets the win. And I don't know what's going to happen there. But still, under 8-minute match. Match was meh. 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Alright, I have to step out for just a second. So, I'll be right back. I'm back. Did you miss me? Yes, you did. Sorry. When nature calls, you have to take a number 2. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so, we got that. So, where we left off, DIY beats, Fraxium after Candice LeRae steals A-Kid's mask. Johnny Gargano gets the pin, and the match, like I said, gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we get to Cinema! With the sit-down face-to-face with Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. They have a history together. They're willing to fight for the greater good. But first, we got War Games! So, Rhea is willing to go to war with Charlotte at her side. Charlotte gets up. Mommy gets up. I thought they were going to fight. I'm like, uh-oh, here we go. And then Charlotte just says, yes! And then they shake hands and everything seems to be okay. For now. I still think Charlotte may turn. I don't know. Or people saying Lexi's gonna turn. Maybe. But we'll see what happens with that. And we will move on. With that. Alright, so I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we get to the next match. After the final match. In the first round of the John Cena tournament. We got Fiend Balor. Along with, I think he came out by himself. Oh yeah, he came out by himself. Fiend Balor takes on Pentagon Zero Miedo. Pretty good match for 10 minutes. Pentagon jumps Finn to start. They brawl. Finn takes over. That gets cut off. Pentagon sends Finn to the outside for a big running flippy. We go to break, come right back. Pentagon hits a super kick to send Finn into the corner. Finn comes right back with some kicks of his own. I think it's counted as something like a muscle buster. Interesting. For a near fall. Finn Balor comes back with Sling Blade. Drop Pentagon. Goes for the coup de grace. Missed. Which allows Pentagon to get a near fall off a fruit roll up. Then he hits the Pentagon driver. And he runs back in the corner. Hits a running Mexican/Canadian destroyer. 1, 2, 3, Pentagon gets the win in just about 10 minutes to advance into the second round. And that's pretty much it. Decent match, 3 out of 5 stars. And we move on. Alright, then Michael Cole and Corey Slave. They tell us that Sheamus is injured. He has a shoulder injury. He's not medically able to compete in the tournament, so they took him out. So we're going to have someone replace him. And if I already read the spoilers, it's not the person you thought it might be. Like, it was going to be Edge. Not Edge. Not Jericho. It's somebody on the roster. Well, the main roster, I'll say, but not the person, you would think it would be. And you're going to be pissed. I don't care. I mean, if it's that guy, I already lost in a tournament, but we got that. So, sucks to be Sheamus with his shoulder injury. Hope he gets better and gets back to fighting and having some bangers after that. Alright, then we hear from Solo Mibuki and the MFTs. Tonga Leoa, and Jeff Cobb, or JC Mateo. They're all ready to crush Sami Zayn and company. I liked how Tonga Loa said, "Sayonara, sucker!" Okay, are you trying to be like Booker T now? Stop that. Sucker! Sayonara, sucker! Okay, we get that. That's that. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we get to the end of Smackdown. Mommy Rhea Ripley comes out with her team of Charlotte Flair, Lexi, and my girl Io, still in those chaps. And nice top, too. Anyway, Rhea praises her team and brings out the 5th member of the team, and it's AJ Lee. That ass. So her music hits, and she slowly skippy, out to the ring, but then, Asuka Kylie, Nia Jax, and Lash Legend, this shit done. They come out from behind and start beating the fuck out of Mommy Rhea Ripley and the team, and AJ's like skipping and smiling, and then she's like, oh shit! And then she starts heading to the ring, but it gets blindsided by the man! Becky Lynch, obviously from what happened on Monday, where AJ came out and distracted Becky for Maxine Dupree to win the Women's Intercontinental title. So that's the teams. It's Team Becky versus Team AJ, or Team Mommy versus Team Asuka, whatever you want to call it. Also, we had a segment with Asuka and Kylie talking to Bayley. Give me a hug. And Asuka was trying to get Bayley on her team because of the whole Damage Control reunion thing. Bayley's like, ha ha ha, no. And then Kyrie, Kyrie does the, you can see me stuff, and then we hear, Kyrie! He's like, ah! That's funny. That's funny. We still need a Kylie shirt. I don't know if it's not on WWEshop.com, it should be. I'm just saying. So we get that. So, Team Becky beats the crap out of Team Mommy to end Smackdown. And we got an advantage match, I think, on Raw tomorrow. To see who gets the advantage for the men and the women in War Games. We'll see what happens with that. So, Smackdown wasn't that bad, and I gave it 7 out of 10 stars. But no, wait, you crazy bastards stole the show. Down below in the comment section, and like Trick Willie would say, let's talk about it. And that's that. Alright guys, I'm going to go have my sensible dinner, and I'll come right back on my Peter Joseph channel with your Full Gear review. We'll talk about what happened with Full Gear, the new champs, some surprises, a return, and all the good stuff in between with your Full Gear review on the Peter Joseph channel. So stay tuned for that. Hit the bell, subscribe, all that good stuff. And that's that. Alright guys, I am out of here. Thanks for watching. Once again, 7 out of 10 stars for Smackdown. And that's it. So until next time, my friends, peace out, rock on, and rock hard with your cookoot. And if you're not down with that, well, I'm sorry. But the Prophecy and myself, which are way better than you, and you know it, we got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. That's it. So, adios. Until next time. Peace.